Do I love seeing giant CGI robots fight each other for 2 hours? Yes. Do they find a way to ruin a potentially good movie? Absolutely. And just for the record, we're talking spoilers, by the way. The Transformers series, at least with the movies, has been pretty hit or miss for me. I saw the first film in a movie theater and I saw the trailer to Cloverfield for the first time. I love Shia LaBeouf from his Eve and Steven days, and I was in the 7th grade hoping that Megan Fox would take advantage of me.
Take a seat right over there.
People seem to hate it, but I liked the second movie. I don't remember what happened, but I saw the third one, and that's when I checked out. So I haven't seen anything after that. I haven't seen the Mark Wahlberg films. I haven't seen the new Bumblebee. So when I heard the new movie was going to be Rise of the Beast, it got me excited because it brought back memories to my childhood of the animated series that I loved, Beast Wars. While this movie had the opportunity to be good, it fell short to me. We get a new set of human characters in this with Noah, who's played by Anthony Ramos, and Elena, played by Dominique Fishback. I don't know much about Anthony Ramos, but he's another one of those Hamilton guys. They've been killing it. He was also in A Star Is Born, and apparently he also makes music. Dominique was recently featured in the TV show Swarm and movies like Judas and the Black Messiah. It completely caught me off guard, but the character of Noah, I actually really liked him. At the beginning of the movie, we get this guy who's struggling to take care of his mom and his sick little brother, and the relationship between the two brothers worked very well to me. This movie has a lot of big names in it. Ron Perlman, who's always cool as hell, Michelle Yeoh, Peter Dinklage, who plays one of the main villains, and I couldn't tell and I still don't believe it. I feel like Google's wrong. And Pete Davidson plays Mirage, who's a big character in this movie. I'm not a big Pete Davidson guy because he has sex with all the women that I found really attractive. You could call me a hater, but he was great in this movie. I didn't even realize he was Mirage until the end credits. Mirage was by far my favorite character, and he had one joke that actually made me laugh out loud. I don't usually do that. Now, the character of Elena, we'll talk about her later. The movie starts and we're on the Maximals planet. We learn about this giant bad guy named Unicron, who's not related to the Omicron virus. You see what But he needs this item called the Transwarp Key so he can travel between galaxies and eat their planets. One of the Maximals gets straight up violated, but they're able to get the key off the planet and they hide out on Earth. First off, one thing that I loved about this movie was the fact that it takes place in 1994. I was born in 94, but the fact that that's considered a throwback year makes me feel old. So we meet Noah and his family, and we learn that his little brother has sickle cell and they're behind on their medical bills. Noah was hoping to get a job as a security guard, but he doesn't get it. That's when he links with rapper Toby Wigway, who actually makes some dope music. Check him out. He tries to steal a Porsche, but it ends up being a Transformer, and off we go. This part of the movie I enjoyed. We have Elena, who's an intern or something at a museum, so she knows all this information about these art pieces, and they end up receiving a mysterious statue that looks like a bird. So we learn later that inside the statue is the Transwarp, and this is where we get the first big action set piece, and this is where the movie shines. The Transformer movies are kind of like Godzilla. I want to see a lizard fight monsters, not look at a bunch of humans running around. The best parts of these movies are always the giant robots fighting. The action scenes in this movie are great for the most part, though I hated the rocket through the van scene. That would have been cool in like 2007. While the action was great, the story is where it falls apart. So we get this cool giant fight outside the museum, and the good guys get whipped and the bad guys get the warp key thing. So the movie is basically over and we're only 45 minutes in, but no, we learn that the key is actually split into two halves, and now we need the other piece. And this is where my problem comes in. I didn't like the character of Elena at all, which I feel bad about because I've seen some of her interviews and she seems like such a cool person. It's kind of like I said in my Fast X review, everything about her character is convenient. No other role but to simply get us from point A to point B. We need to find the other half of the key, but we don't know where it is. I know where it is. It's in Peru. Now the bad guys have the whole key, so Optimus and his crew loses, right? No, because the portal they're using to bring a Unicron is the longest thing in the world, and it takes forever to work properly. For some reason, Unicron built this password to shut the machine down, and of course Elena is the one with the password. And of course these giant massive alien robots build a computer console that's the perfect size for humans to use. Very convenient. I didn't know much about the story going into this movie, but I feel like the Maximals were hardly in it. I love Optimus Prime, but he was getting his ass whipped for like 90% of this movie. They did 2 fake out deaths in this movie. Bumblebee got his ass whipped and then he came back to life. Mirage sort of died, and then he came back to life. It's like, what's the point? And then they did the thing that I hate in all movies and TV shows where the hero is losing, and then someone somewhere is like, if you just believe in the heart of the cards, we can defeat this evil with friendship. I hate that so much. The ending of the movie had the potential to be good, but it fell flat to me. It's no way the good guys should have won. They had a lot of potentially interesting plot points, but it didn't go anywhere. Like, I wish they would have did more with the story of Noah wanting to destroy the key to protect his planet. It's like they had a little moment, he doesn't do it, they lose the key, and then Optimus was kind of just like, my fault. Optimus Prime doesn't like humans in this movie. The Maximals, who already should have been in this movie more, they do. Optimus Primal said that Optimus Prime wasn't the leader or the person that he thought he would be. To me, a friction between the two groups could have been interesting. Elena's whole character should have been rewritten, and the password thing was pointless because it didn't even matter in the end. I feel like it would have been a cool moment if Optimus felt bad for losing the key and putting Earth at risk, that he said, instead of me being selfish and trying to get home, we're gonna just destroy the key, which they ended up doing anyway. They put the password in, and the computer still gets destroyed. You could say many more. You had so many interesting characters and potential stories, but it didn't work for me. And the way that my brain works, I felt bad because who's paying for all that destruction? They just went to Peru and destroyed all their roads. As of this recording, it looks like the movie did about 60 million in America and around 100 million around the globe. Critics and fans are torn as it has a critics rating of 53% and a fans rating of 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. At 91%, I don't see how that's possible. I'm gonna give this movie a 6, which is above average to me. Great action sequences, great cast for the most part. Pete Davidson was even great. The film had so much potential, but the story was sloppy and very convenient. And at the end of the movie, they showed that G.I. Joe is coming because they're building a Hasbro cinematic universe. Okay. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We talk about a bunch of different things on this channel. I've seen a lot of positive reviews on social media, so am I wrong? Am I tripping? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I always say with these reviews, if you're new here, these are just my opinions. This is not me telling you what I think you should think. If you love this movie, fantastic. Love you guys. Tell someone you love them. Till next time. See you in the next life.